All right, hi there, this is Dennis Furia, and this is the gameplay demo for Deck of Wonders. You'll notice that the game is in progress here, and I'll start by giving you a sense of the board's layout. We're facing off against Cullen the Spoiled Prince, and that's denoted by the villain portrait here at the top of the board. I also have a draw and a discard pile on the right and left, respectively. You can also imagine two sides of a battle playing out here. There's the villain side, which has minions in it right now, and the player side, which is unfortunately empty. For the villain, there is a Forest Troll, which has 5 damage and 3 health, and Pixie Cavalry, which has 2 damage and 3 health. Not looking great for me, but it is our turn. It's our chance to turn things around by playing cards. When the player draws cards, they look exclusively at the top side of the card, or the side that is oriented the same direction as the main card name. So in my hand here, I have a spell called Gust of Wind, which destroys all minions with 1 base health. I have a Forest Troll of my own, which would cost me 2 cards to play. And I have an Ent Tree Herd, which is 3 damage, 3 health, costs me a card to play, but draws another card right back up into my hand. At the beginning of my turn, I am able to draw a card, so I'll do that right now. And I've drawn Hungry Wolf. Hungry Wolf has 3 damage and 1 health with no special card text, so I can just play him at will. These are the tools I have to work with, and I'm going to start by playing Ent Tree Herd to try to cycle some more tools into my hand. When I want to play a card with a cost, I discard a card. I'll get rid of Gust of Wind, since its effect, destroy all minions with 1 base health, does not help me versus the 3 health of the Forest Troll and the Pixie Cavalry. I play Ent Tree Herd and I draw a card. You'll notice that I've played it sideways, denoting that it is not able to attack the same turn that it's played. And it's drawn me a Pixie Mesmerist, which is another minion with no special text, 1 damage and 2 health. I've got a choice to make here. I could play the Forest Troll, but I would have to discard 2 other cards, basically the rest of my hand. Or I could play some of the smaller minions without penalty, which is what I think I'll do. So I'll play both of these. Again, sideways or exhausted to note they're not able to attack this turn. And that is my turn. That's everything I can do. So I'll put the troll aside for now. You turn your minions to refreshed or right side up at the end of your turn. So now when the next turn comes around, if they're still alive, they'll be able to attack. And it's the villain's turn. When the villain draws, which we'll do now, they pay attention to the villain side of the card, which is the side oriented opposite of the main card's name, or the bottom of the card, if you will. They've drawn Poison Toad, which only has 1 damage and 1 health, but it has the poison effect, which destroys any minion this minion deals damage to. That is their draw. Now, they also play the Poison Toad right side up, meaning that they are able to attack the turn that they're played. Next up is drawing battle lines, and we are going to go through the battle lines and attack phase for the villain a couple different ways to show you how things can play out differently in the game. So first thing that happens in battle lines is you need to line your minions up from left to right according to priority. Priority is this number in the center here, and only player minions have it. So Pixie Mesmerist is highest priority. It needs to go furthest left. Where 2 minions have the same priority, you can choose their order, but I'm going to leave it that way for right now. In the battle lines phase, you can also order the villain minions in any way you see fit. We'll leave them like this for right now, and then you will see how that becomes very, very important as we play. So battle lines are drawn. It's time for the villain minions to attack. The villain follows a very simple set of rules when it's attacking. Their minions attack in order from left to right, and they will always target the highest priority minion that's alive, as long as their collective attacks will eventually destroy that minion. If they ever reach a point where their collective attacks won't destroy it, they will just send those attacks directly at the player instead. So it's pretty simple math. Forest Troll has 5 damage against the Pixie Mesmerist, 2 health. It's going to kill it. It's going to attack it. The Pixie Mesmerist gets to deal its damage back, but 1 damage versus 3 health isn't going to do anything. The Pixie Mesmerist is destroyed. Next up, now the Hungry Wolf is highest priority because it's furthest left. And the Pixie Cavalry has 2 damage versus the Wolf's 1 health. That'll do it. It's going to attack. and the Hungry Wolf gets to deal its damage back, which this time is enough to take out the Pixie Cavalry's 3 health. So both of them get destroyed. Finally, we've got the Ent Tree Herd here and the Poison Toad. The Poison Toad's 1 damage would normally not be enough to take out the Ent Tree Herd's 3 health, meaning that the Poison Toad would instead just attack the player directly. However, because it has the poison effect, this damage is effectively infinite towards minions, so it can take out the Tree Herd, it's going to attack it. The Tree Herd's 3 damage is enough to deal with the Poison Toad's 3 health, and they too will destroy each other. That's the end of the villain's turn. Their villain minions go back upright, and it's my turn again. And I'm not in a great situation, right? I've spent a lot of cards, and the villain still has a Forest Troll rolling around. So let's rewind a little bit and see how that might play out differently. So, as you remember, we're back at the battle lines phase. We've ordered our minions in attack, in order of priority. But why don't we force the Poison Toad to waste its attack on our smallest minion up here in front? And we can order these villain minions in any way we want. Let's play it out that way. All right, 1 damage versus 2 health normally wouldn't be enough, but because it's got poison, that's an instant kill. That kills the Pixie Mesmerist, and the 1 damage of the Pixie Mesmerist is enough to take out the Poison Toad. Both are discarded. All right, this is looking better for us already, because the Forest Troll, 5 damage versus 1 health, completely is going to kill it, but the 3 damage from the Hungry Wolf is going to take out the enemy Forest Troll. So those 2 are both discarded. Now we've got Pixie Cavalry, which has 2 damage versus the Ent's 3 health. Because it is not enough damage to kill the Ent Tree Herd, the Pixie Cavalry will deal its damage directly to the player instead. So 2 damage to me, and now it's my turn. This is slightly better. I've got a minion on board. I've still spent a lot of cards. But what if I only had 2 health left? Well, that would end the game for me right there. So let's play this as if we only had 2 health left. Is there yet another way we could order things that could have us have an even more favorable result? Like I mentioned, in the battle lines phase, where your minions have the same priority, here, you can choose their order. So why don't we shift the Ent Tree Herd, the beefier minion, further forward, and why don't we force Pixie Cavalry to attack before the Forest Troll and see how that plays out. So, same start, Poison Toad takes out Pixie Mesmerist. Mesmerist is able to take out the Toad. They destroy each other. Pixie Cavalry's 2 damage is not enough to kill the Ent Tree Herd. However, remember, it is the collective attack, so 2 plus 5, that would be enough. So what's going to happen is the Pixie Cavalry will attack, and then the Forest Troll will attack, both at the Ent Tree Herd. That overkills the Ent, it's going to destroy it, but it gets to deal its damage back. 3 damage is enough to take out, hey, both of them. So this is already looking like a great trade, meaning that the Hungry Wolf survives and can attack next turn. Now I'm going in a head-on board. I can start rebuilding my hand and dealing damage back to Cullen. And just like I said, if I had 2 health, if Cullen had 3 health, that's a game-winning play for me right there. All the same cards, just based on how you manipulate the priority system and the battle lines to the most favorable result for yourself. That's an overview of the basic Deck of Wonders gameplay. I hope you've enjoyed it. Buy the prototype on GoFundMe, and 50% of the proceeds will go to the 612 Humanitarian Relief Fund, which defrays the legal and medical costs of protesters in Hong Kong. Thank you very much for watching.